And good afternoon. We welcome you back again to 1A State Championship Division I Volleyball for the Clifton-Clyde Lady Eagles. It is a 1-1 record on the day. For Waverly, the Bulldogs are 1-1 on the day. Gossel 2-0, and Flint Hills at 0-2. So if you know how full play works, this is a monster big match. First, Clifton-Clyde got it done against Flint Hills, 25-21, 25-15. Now they take on a Waverly team that's to their fifth straight state championship. They took fourth last year. Here's a play at net early for Bloomfield. Handled by Waverly. Now sets to the back row, but it's out of bounds. And Clifton-Clyde will have the opening points of the match against the Waverly Bulldogs. Fourth at state last year, Waverly, and their fifth straight trip they've made it to the state championships. Three of those, though, they did not make it to Saturday. Big spike up front, but what a dig by Bloomfield. Now a play across by Nobert. Soft spike up front, and Clifton-Clyde leads it now 2-0. Big hitter for Waverly up on that front row is Peyton Metter, and she had a big hit, but what a dig from Bloomfield. Now she serves it again. Here's a play for Metter one more time, partially blocked. The dig by Rudolph. Now set across by Lawson. Here's a play up front. Metter once more, blocked by Nobert. Now it's set into net. Clifton-Clyde's off to a 3-0 start. And it's not as if Waverly hasn't had hits. Two big shots up front by Metter, and it's been negated by the Lady Eagles. Here's a serve again from Blueville. It caught some net, but it is dug out by Waverly. What a dig on the back row by Bloomfield again, set across by Lawson. Now a play at middle net. Blocked back by Nobert. Waverly stays in the point. Here's Bowser to Lawson. Far side set. Morgan winds it up. It comes back up to the net point. Clifton-Clyde, they're off to a 4-0 start here. Nobert's had a stuff and a kill. Now Morgan gets in the game with that kill up front. Bloomfield has been the server since the start. Here's a play at net. The stuff from Nobert, but it is dug out by Flint Hills. Here's Lawson. Set up for Morgan again. Into net, no block, and Clifton-Clyde can't get this. They give up their first point of the game. It's 3-1. 3-1 on the scoreboard, so that is the official score. The Lady Eagles do lead it. In to serve for Waverly is going to be Morgan Johnson. Clifton-Clyde, though, a great start here against the Bulldogs. It is 4-1, so they do correct. It's what I had said, what I had marked. Now the scoreboard does make it official. It's 4-1 Clifton-Clyde with that lead. Here's Lawson. Morgan, one more time to wind it up middle court. Back to the front row. Pulled across. Here's Bloomfield. Lawson, the set again for Morgan. Back row. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Here's Metter. And able to get this one home. And now a 4-2 matchup here in the opening set. Both teams obviously know the meaning to this match. The winner, 99.9%, is headed into tomorrow's state championship. Saturday, the Final Four. Here's Lawson. And the spike for Morgan goes into Tate, and so it's a 4-3. Clifton-Clyde lead, but they still have the lead. Again with Gossel at 2-0. Flint Hills at 0-2. Waverly and Clifton-Clyde both at 1-1. So the winner of this one's moving on to the state championship Final Four. Here's a play up front. Blocked back by Nobert, and point! Clifton-Clyde. Nobert's second stuff of this set. And it's now a 5-3 lead for the Eagles. Billy Kaufman rotates in as Gracie Rudolph will come off the libero for Clifton-Clyde, and Lawson's back to serve it. Across it comes. Pass up front. Metter will set now. Blocked again. Nobert. It is out. Was it touched? It was not. And it's a point to Waverly. Big block, though, again by Nobert. This time didn't get the point out of it. 5-4. Clifton-Clyde leads it. Metter will serve it. That spike that last time from the lefty, Kendra Henry, is a big hitter for Waverly as well. Here's a back row set up for Bailey Bowser. Passed up front, Metter will set it, and now it's pulled across. Clifton-Clyde scrambling, unable to get it. We're tied at 5. Metter will continue to serve for the Bulldogs. Clifton-Clyde's second straight trip to the state championships. There's a serve for Metter, pass up front. It's a set for Kaufman. Soft spike across and good. Kaufman drops it in for the point. 6-5 now. It is Clifton-Clyde with a 1-point lead. Mentioning Clifton-Clyde's second straight trip. 5 in a row for Waverly to make it to state. 2 of those they medaled last year, 4th place. Serve from Nobert. Up front, blocked back across. And now it comes, and it's Kaufman again with a stuff. Now it's set across, dug by Bloomfield. Lawson, middle set, Bowser to the back row. Waverly's got a chance. Netter, back set up front to the back row, and Lawson can't get to it. The spike is in this time from Mackenzie Corliss. Senior-laden team, this Waverly Bulldog squad. Of course, Clifton-Clyde with 4 seniors on this squad as well. There's a serve across from Waverly. Nobert to Kaufman. Bowser punches it with the left hand and stays away from the net. Good play. Up front again. Oh, a block across, but out of bounds. Bowser had it. Really good block, but it just snuck off that sideline and out of bounds. And now Clifton-Clyde trails for the first time, 7-6 in this set. First set of the match. Serve across. Morgan to Lawson. The set for Bowser. Partially blocked and falls in behind the Waverly front row. Now up front, spike. Nobert can't handle the wind up that time from Melanie Robig. And it's an 8-6 Waverly lead. Waverly was dominated by Gossel. Clifton-Clyde, of course, we know, lost almost identical scores, just flip-flopped. Clifton-Clyde lost 25. There's a serve across, and it's ace in there coming from Mackenzie Corliss. Clifton-Clyde lost to Gossel 10-25, 8-25, and then Waverly lost 8-25, 10-25. Timeout for Clifton-Clyde here. They've fallen behind by 3 in the first set. You're listening to Lady Eagle Volleyball on 100.9.
KCLY's coverage of Clifton-Clyde Volleyball at the state tournament is brought to you in part by Twin Valley, Miss Marie's Diner of Clifton, Propane Central, Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, Turner Funeral Home, Walls True Value and Appliance, and Central Valley Ag.
State championship coverage of high school volleyball. The Clifton-Clyde Lady Eagles in this early session. This is their final match of Friday. A win, and it will not be the final match of the weekend. It would put them into an opportunity to play in the Final Four tomorrow. Waverly has come from Clifton-Clyde jumping out to a 5-3 lead. Now they lead it by 3 over the Eagles. Here's a pass up front. Eagles out of the timeout. Big hitter. Bethany Morgan, good. And it's now 9-7. Morgan with her second kill of the set. She really got on a roll. Her and Nobert up front in particular. There's certainly a lot of people at net. Kaufman and Bowser and Bloomfield. But Nobert and Morgan were huge in that last match against Flint Hill. Here's a play at net, set across. Somehow, no, not getting it. It's Clifton-Clyde. Kaufman got a hand up and kept it alive, and then Lawson diving out of bounds, kept it in play, but it went outside the antenna. And so it's a 10-7 Waverly lead over the Lady Eagles. Waverly to serve it, the left-handed server, Henry. A jump serve, diving get. Clifton-Clyde stays alive. In fact, a pretty good hit on it by Bowser. Now a play up front. Back row, good. Just hung in there on the back line. That hit coming from Melanie Roby. And now the Bulldogs lead Clifton-Clyde 11-7. Waverly serve, hit net, and that threw the timing of Morgan off, and now it's 12-7. So a break for Waverly on the set that got the top of the tape, and then ended up being a point. Now the serve, Morgan. Pass up front. Here's Lawson, right back to Morgan, and Nobert miscommunicating. Both went for it on the back row. And now Clifton-Clyde finds themselves down 13-7. Serve from Henry. Dig up front, great save, and now put in by Bowser on the point, good. Terrific save by Kaufman and Lawson on the front row, and then Bowser punched it to open court. So Bowser with the kill, Clifton-Clyde a big point, and it stops that run that Waverly was on. Eagles trail 13-8 with a service. Good dig by Metter on the back row. Now it's Morgan with a dig by Clifton-Clyde. The set up front, Bloomfield. Spike to the back row, picked up by the Bulldogs. Now it's Waverly up front. Soft spike, Kaufman. Nobert sets it across. Picked up by Waverly. Now in the middle court. Good dig by Nobert. Here's Kaufman to Bloomfield. Back corner, picked up again by Waverly. Now at the front net, soft spike, diving attempt. Kaufman kept it in play. You know, we've got Shaylee Lawson is hurt on the sideline. And we're going to take an injury timeout. Lawson has yet to get up. And their coach is out there with her. Let's take a timeout here at the state championships. We can Clifton-Clyde trails 14-8 in their third match of the day when we come back.
With fall harvest in the bin, it's time to plan next season's bumper crop with Oldie seed, corn, and soybean varieties. We take pride in the latest technology. Oldie will be one of the first to bring our family of producers the latest Extend, LibertyLink, and Enlist soybean varieties. This season, if you want to give your fields a big Wildcat first down, plant a high-performance corn or soybean variety from Oldie Seed, proud sponsor of Kansas State football.
Will you be ready for winter driving? You will with a Ford SUV from Hanson Ford in Clay Center. The Ford Edge, Explorer, and Escapes have the all-wheel drive and the four-wheel drive power you'll need for the winter weather conditions you know will occur. The good news is, now through November 2nd, Hanson Ford is having a big SUV season sale event where you can get excellent financing rates, but they're only offered for a limited time. Stop in to Hanson Ford to see if you qualify.
It's true. Funk Pharmacy has all your prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, first aid products, and more. But they are also happy to assist you with Medicare Part D enrollment. This is the time to make changes to your Medicare supplemental drug plan coverage, and Funk Pharmacy can take away all the stress and worry from switching plans, enrolling in your new plan, or disenrolling from your old plan. You'll find there's so much more than a drugstore.
Funk Pharmacy in Concordia. Our heart is in the health of the community.
Open 7 days a week? Yes. Miss Marie's Diner in downtown Clifton is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. A full breakfast menu is served until 10:30, and then you can enjoy a delicious lunch selection, including homemade fresh-cut French fries. Miss Marie's has daily lunch specials in which drinks are included. Every Sunday they feature old-fashioned pan-fried chicken. The personal service and friendly staff make you feel right at home. Miss Marie's Diner in downtown Clifton welcomes you.
This time of year, many farmers feel like they're juggling too many things at once. Or maybe you're the guy who's trying to keep multiple plates spinning. Well, let us help you. I'm Brant with Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales, and we'll help with fall custom application and knock down those weeds and keep them under control. The blessing of rain and through this year's growing season has led to tough weed conditions. But hit them now, and you'll be glad you did in 2016. Talk with us at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
Back once again here at Gross Memorial Coliseum. Shaylee Lawson is being helped up now and off the floor. This is a huge hit for Clifton-Clyde. 401 sets coming into this state championship on the season, and it was her right ankle. I can tell you that much. The trainers here at Fort Hays State came out and immediately were on hand along with the coaches and her mom down there as well, and they were able to cut the wrap that she had on her right ankle off, but she cannot put any weight whatsoever on that ankle. So she has to come out. And now Clifton-Clyde will be forced to play without their quarterback on the floor and their setter, Shaylee Lawson. And she now off to the side and being tended to by the training staff here at Fort Hays State. Huge hit against the Clifton-Clyde Lady Eagles, who had jumped out to a quick start in this one. They trail by 6 now, 14-8, but you just feel like this could swing either way in a heartbeat. And then that happens during the play. Lawson had gone down, and you could see the official and the coach very close to that area to make sure no one fell into her as the point finished up. And then they quickly stopped playing and brought over the training staff at Fort Hays State. Clifton-Clyde still huddled up right now, and Coach Hildebrand trying to, I'm sure, instill where the Lady Eagles now need to move forward with what they're battling here. Clifton-Clyde trails 14-8. It's the opening set of this match against Waverly. The Bulldogs with a 6-point lead. So Clifton-Clyde will go with Michaela Kiefer, 5'6" junior, in place of Lawson. And now the official will help Clifton-Clyde with the injury, get their rotation back together properly. So you see Kiefer on the front row along with Bloomfield and Bowser. And then the back row is Kaufman, Noberts, and Morgan. And the pass up front from Kaufman. Now the set in the middle of Bloomfield. Partially blocked. Waverly with a play up front for Metter. Winds it up, back row. Pick up by Morgan. Now the back row set for Novert, and spike on its way across, picked up by Waverly. Now the middle set, and what a get by Bowser to Kaufman. Bloomfield, the spike to the back row. Good play by Clifton-Clyde. Metter again up front, into net, and then out of bounds off the block from Bowser. And correction, that's out of bounds. I think that's point Clifton-Clyde. No touch by Bowser. That's a point to the Eagles. They're down 14-9 and with the service. So a big point there for the Lady Eagles. I'm going to tell you, during the start of this point after Lawson went out, you think teams that don't stick together. Elizabeth Novert still fighting back tears, seeing her teammate go off. Here's a play up front for Metter. Is it in? Yes. Just hung in the sideline. So now it's 15-9. Waverly the lead in this opening set of the final match for Clifton-Clyde here on this Friday. Serve across. Kaufman up front. Forearm set coming from Kiefer. Good play to keep it in play. Up near the net, had to kind of stay away from that net. Now the block up front, and that is Kiefer who knocks it in. In for Lawson, Michaela Kiefer makes a big play at net, and the Eagles will get the service back now on the kill by Michaela Kiefer. 15-10. The serve from Bloomfield. Pass up front near the net. Now it's going to be set across and stuffed back home by Novert. That's her third stuff of this set. And now it's 15-11. The Lady Eagles battling here. Bloomfield again to serve. Cross it comes. Up front, the set for Metter. Big wind-up, locked in by Novert. Now it's set to the back row. One-armed get by Bowser. Near the net, it comes across, and a point for Kaufman. Kaufman just got it toward the net, and then it hugged the net and the tape and fell on the opposite side of Waverly, and that's a point to Clifton-Clyde. It's 15-12 now. Here's a pass up front. One more time for Metter, and it's mishandled by Waverly. Point, Clifton-Clyde. Two missed plays by the Bulldogs, and a timeout taken by the Waverly sideline. 15-13, Clifton-Clyde right back in at set one in the final match of the day on this Friday for Clifton-Clyde. Eagle Volleyball continues next.
Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy has earned the reputation of being a dependable supplier of durable medical equipment. They offer customers cost-effective quality products they need to improve their health and well-being. Lift chairs, shoes for diabetics, canes, bath aids, wheelchairs, knee braces, CPAP machines and supplies, and several other helpful equipment is available. And if you have a prescription to be filled, bring it into Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy for friendly and professional service. Downtown Clay Center.
Back once again at Gross Memorial Coliseum, and out of the timeout, a play up front by Waverly. After the timeout, does sneak a point in. It was not a real spike. It was almost a forearm pass that just kind of fell to an open area. But Clifton-Clyde right back in this now. It's 16-13. Said earlier, you could just feel momentum could shift at any time. Here's the pass across. It's going to be Kaufman, the set in the middle for Novert. Hit to the back row, but long. And that's a point going to Waverly. Now the Lady Eagles fall behind by 4, 17-13. He just joined us. Clifton-Clyde 1-1, Waverly 1-1. And also in this match, Shaylee Lawson has gone down with an ankle injury and unable to go. Here's Kaufman, set for Kiefer, and it's set up near the net. And the Lady Eagles lose the point at the net, and it'll be again Waverly with the service. Morgan Johnson to serve. She'll move to the far left side of the court before serving. And now brings it across. Bowser to Kaufman. The set for Morgan. And it's stuffed back home by Henry up front by the Bulldogs. Now 19-13. Clifton-Clyde has fallen behind by 6 in this opening set. The serve from Waverly. Kaufman. Kiefer. Middle set. Novert winds it up. Blocked back across. Clifton-Clyde stays at the point. Kiefer has it. A backhanded spike by Novert. Play up front for Metters. Blocked back across, but out of bounds. Novert got it with her almost her elbow the block, but it went out of bounds on the right side, and now Clifton-Clyde has fallen behind by 7. It's 20-13. We do see Shaylee Lawson back on the sideline, but iced down that ankle and propped up and just unable to go. The Fort Hays State trainer still with her, and Novert slams one in, and it's 20-14. second kill. She's got 3 stuffs to go with it. And it will be Gracie Rudolph to serve it now, the libero for Clifton-Clyde. Serve across. Back row, barely dug out. Now it will be passed across. Chance here for Clifton-Clyde. Keeper to Kaufman, the set for Morgan. And it's slammed across, dug out by Waverly. Here's Metters up front, and good on the back row. Bloomfield diving for it. Last second pulled the hand away. She had no chance to get to it, hoping it would fall out, but it just ducked inside. So now 21-14. Peyton Metter for Waverly to serve. And we've got a violation on the rotation by Clifton-Clyde. You can see the last second, right before Metter started to serve, the Lady Eagles were trying to get in the proper rotation. And now the official making sure they're right before this next serve comes in. So that's a point on the violation against the Lady Eagles. So it's 23-14, or 22-14, excuse me, and the serve from Metter. Rudolph to Morgan. Novert, back row spike, just long, 23-14. Clifton-Clyde trying to hang in here in this first set against the Bulldogs of Waverly. Waverly came in a 5 seed with a record of 33-4. There's a serve to the back row. Bloomfield to Kaufman. Novert up front, soft spike across, and it's just touched back by Henry and falls into open court. 24-14. Set point for Waverly. Serve across. Bloomfield. Novert will set. Kaufman, a little soft spike across, barely dug out by Henry. Now up front, partial block by Kaufman, falls in on the Eagle side, and that'll be set 1 going to Waverly, 25-14. So 25-14, set 1. Stay with us. More Lady Eagle Volleyball continues on KCLY.
Online at propanecentral.com.
Propane Central, need a renovator and friend.
T's Grocery and Palmer Store welcome you to their stores for groceries, household supplies, smiles, and more. They stock their shelves with brand name products and private labels to give you variety and help stretch your family dollar. You'll find a fresh meat selection, a healthy produce section, frozen food items, and dairy products to fill your pantry, fridge, and freezer, plus all your health and beauty needs, pet and household needs. T's Grocery in Clifton and Palmer Store in Palmer are conveniently located in your neighborhood.
Caring people make the difference at Park Villa in Clyde. You can feel it the moment you walk in and are greeted by the staff. They're experts at senior health care who are not just doing a job, but following a calling. Always available to serve the community by helping your family members with high-quality nursing care and rehab programs that foster independence and self-esteem. Park Villa values the same things in life that you do, and you can trust they'll be a part of your neighborhood for many years to come. Park Villa in Clyde.
Have you heard? Cobb Valley State Bank has a new location, your smartphone. The KBSB mobile app is free for download on iPhone and Android. If you can't make it to the bank, use your KBSB mobile to view account balances, transfer money, and deposit checks from anywhere. Cobb Valley State Bank is locally owned and has been safe, sound, and secure since 1913. Cobb Valley State Bank with locations in Wamego, St. Mary's, and Clifton. Equal housing lender and member FDIC. Go Eagles!
Clifton-Clyde loses this first set, 25-15. To catch you up to date, the Lady Eagles 1-1 coming into this match. Final match of Friday. Waverly 1-1 coming in. It was nip and tuck back and forth. Clifton-Clyde jumped out to a quick lead. Then it was Waverly who kind of came back and turned the tables. And then Clifton-Clyde saw their quarterback on the floor, Shaylee Lawson, go down with an ankle injury, and she is still on the sideline with that ankle iced and will be unable to go. So just an unfortunate spin for the Lady Eagles in this one, to say the least. Clifton-Clyde will have the serve to start the second set. Bailey Bowser will have that service. Serve across, back row. Henry passes up front. The set for Metter, and it's blocked but out of bounds. Novert was there, got it, but it went out of bounds on the right side, and 0-1 starts as Waverly gets the point. The serve across, and an ace service coming from Melanie Romig. 2-0 start. Waverly the lead. Now the serve again. Kiefer to Bowser. And now Rudolph will bring it across. Waverly trying to get a set to the back. Now they just set it back across. Clifton-Clyde a chance. Here's Morgan. The set. Bloomfield. Actually standing, almost falling down backwards, was able to get a good swing on it. Big spike by Metter, and now they call Clifton-Clyde into the net. It was dug by Rudolph on the back row. The big swing by the big hitter of Waverly, Metter, but it was a violation against Clifton-Clyde. 3-0 now. Bulldogs lead over the Eagles. Here's a setup for Bloomfield up front. Stuffed back across by Metter, but out of bounds. That's a point to Clifton-Clyde. So the Eagles will have to serve, and it's Kaylee Bloomfield to serve it. Officials checking the scoreboard to make sure it's right. It is at 3-1. There's a push across by Waverly. Play at the net. Nobert slams it home. Elizabeth Nobert has been huge in the state championship. That is her third kill in this match alone. She's had 3 stuffed blocks as well. And so Clifton-Clyde hanging around down 3-2. Now again, the officials in the scores table making sure to have the scoring right. And now we're back underway. Serve from Bloomfield. Here's Metter up front. Cross court winner. Waverly leads 4-2 now. Clifton-Clyde down by 2. Waverly will have the service. And it will be into serve Morgan Johnson. Serve on its way. Pass up front. Good dig by Bloomfield. So now Clifton-Clyde miscommunication and a point to Waverly. So Clifton-Clyde trails at least 5-2 would be the scoreboard. Its way across. Rudolph to Morgan. Up front it comes. Nober takes a good swing at it. Off balance, still got a good hit. Now it's a play up front, and this hit by Kendra Hendry. She hung in the air a long time with that left hand, though, unable to get it across. And so Clifton-Clyde down by just 1. The scoreboard is 4-3. So Clifton-Clyde down just 1. Now it's rolled across by Waverly. Chance at the net for Clifton-Clyde. Now they're in trouble on the outside. Missed hit on the setup that time. A point to Waverly. 5-3. Bulldogs lead. And it'll be Metters with the serve. Cross it comes. Pass up front, Bloomfield. Morgan, the set for Kaufman. Almost a winner, but Waverly does stay alive. Now they set it across, back row. Good get by Bowser to Novert. Up front, set across by Kiefer to the back row. Pass up front, now set to Clifton-Clyde. Bloomfield to Morgan. Back set for Kaufman. It's blocked. Points to Waverly. And it's a 6-3 Bulldog lead over the Lady Eagles. Metters will continue to serve. Riley County, I do have another update. They've gone to 0-2 on the day in 3A volleyball. Here's the play up front for Morgan. The set for Kaufman. Good spike, but it is dug out by Waverly. Play up at net, blocked back across Nobert. Waverly scrambling. They stay in the point somehow. Big hit, though, by Nobert. Here's Morgan. Middle set, Nobert again. Yes! Her third kill. And Clifton-Clyde keeps hanging in here, down 7-4, playing without their setter. Shaylee Lawson, who is still, as mentioned, with that heavy ice wrap on the right ankle, unable to go. Here's the serve from Nobert. Ace! 2-point ball game. Clifton-Clyde down 7-5. But we'll have the serve still with Nobert. Riley County lost to Beloit, so they're 0-2. It was 25-18, 23-25, 25-16. Now a point on a missed serve by Nobert goes to Waverly. So Riley County won the second set 25-23, but lost in 3 to Beloit. The Falcons in 3A state are at 0-2 to start the day. There's a pass up front, Kiefer. And now Kaufman has it blocked back across. Nobert will flat-footed spike it to the corner left, and good. And we've got an 8-6 ball game. Nobert, flat-footed, just found the right spot, and Clifton-Clyde back within 2. And it will be Michaela Kiefer to serve. Clifton-Clyde down by 2. Kiefer coming in when Lawson went down with the injury. Here's the serve for the back row. Almost missed hit. Waverly just pushes it across. Here's Kaufman to Morgan. Far side set. Bloomfield winds it up. It's blocked, but kept alive. Now Bowser has it stuffed back across by Waverly as Henry puts it in. Bulldogs will serve. Clifton-Clyde down by 3. Playing short-handed here. Down 1-0. Kiefer, the pass to Kaufman. Now Nobert, back row hitter on the way. Up front for Waverly. They will not have a spike. Morgan to Kaufman. Middle set, Bowser. Stuffed back. Picked up, though. Bowser again. Stuffed, but she sets it up now for Kaufman. Goes away from where the set looked like, or spike looked like it was going. Henry from the back row for Waverly. Kaufman, far side set. Bloomfield winds it up, and it's tipped, but into net goes Bloomfield on that spike try. It was right up by the tape, and the point to the Bulldogs. Waverly will have the serve, and they now lead by 4, 10-6. Henry, jump serve into net, 10-7. Clifton-Clyde will serve it. Eagles trying to battle here and survive to Saturday against Waverly. Kaufman the serve. The Netters. Now the set up front, and a spike in, this time from Romick. And it will be Massive back to serve for Waverly. They lead now 11-7 over the Lady Eagles. Just keep hanging in here. Lost 25-15 in the first set, dealing with much adversity, obviously. Now a mishandle on the back row, but Kiefer keeps it alive. Big play by Michaela Kiefer. Now back row. Kiefer, the pass up front. Morgan punches it across, and it's picked up by Waverly. Now Metter at the net. Back row. Spike is good. 12-7 now. It's Waverly by 5. To serve it will be Bailey Massert. Centralia playing in the other court here. This dig by Kiefer goes across the net for Clifton-Clyde. Metter's big hitter. She's kind of got it wound up right now. 13-7 as the Eagles fall behind by 6. Centralia had gone up 2-0 after winning their first 2 matches. They still have one more match to play. Hoxie, who was undefeated, was upset by Lacrosse earlier. Here's Morgan at the net, got it across. Now Metter to the back row, and we've got point actually before the spike was made. Clifton-Clyde was in the net. So the Lady Eagles trying to scramble and hang in here, playing without their setter, Shaylee Lawson, out with an ankle injury. Big dig by Griffey on the back row. Gracie Rudolph, I should say, on the back row. Now the dig by Clifton-Clyde. Keeper kept it alive, and a point to the Eagles. Gracie Rudolph that time on the serve across just somehow hung in there and kept it in play. Here's Bowser with a serve. Pass up front. The set for Metters, who comes rolling in at it. Clifton-Clyde keeps it alive. What a play. Now it's Waverly with a scramble. They'll roll it across. Here's Rudolph. To Morgan. To Nobert. The spike is dug out. Back row set up for the lefty Henry. And this time Rudolph unable to handle it. He's done a great job digging back there, but now it's 15-7. Waverly with the lead. And the serve is Romick. The pass from Bowser up front, Morgan. Bloomfield spike to the middle court. Dug out, diving by Henry. Now flat-footed spike from Metters. Good dig by Kiefer. Back up front it comes. Nober backhanded spike stuff, and now Bloomfield has it stuffed again, and now a point to Waverly. They're going to lead here 16-8. And a timeout taken by Clifton-Clyde. We'll break as well. You're listening to Clifton-Clyde Volleyball on KCLY.
This is 100.9 FM, KCLY Clay Center.
Behind any successful effort is the willingness to put in the hard work it takes to come out on top. It's the same kind of spirit you'll find in athletes at any level in our area. They work hard in the classroom, in practice, and in games and meets throughout the year. Turner Funeral Home is proud of the commitment these students put in because it builds a foundation for future success for themselves and for our communities. Good luck to all the area athletes from your fans at Turner Funeral Home.
Lady Eagles trailing here. It is a 16-8 Waverly lead, and Clifton-Clyde just trying to find a way to hang in. If you're just joining us, Shaylee Lawson Their starting setter, leading setter, 401 sets on the season, went down with an ankle injury. She has been unable to play since midway point of the first set of this match. Here's a play up front for Nobert. Somehow hanging in there is Waverly in this point. They'll keep it alive. Kiefer. Bowser. Now a scramble. Kiefer calls for it. Gets it across. Big play. To stay in this point for Clifton-Clyde. And now it's a miss hit up front. Waverly gives us the point. And it's 16-9. Clifton-Clyde trails, but back now with a service. And Kaylee Bloomfield will have that serve. Up front it comes Metters. Runs into the attack and gets the spike in for the point. And it's 17-9 Waverly. Such a huge blow against the Lady Eagles when Lawson went down. And you could just see the emotions on the faces, and how could you not? With one of your leaders, the junior at 5'3", your leading center, sitting out with an ice pack on her ankle. And now Henry into the net. That should be Clifton-Clyde's point, and it is. Henry took a swipe at it, but right into net. And it'll be Morgan now to serve it. Bethany Morgan to serve with Clifton-Clyde trailing 17-10. Eagles with the serve. Battling for their state championship lives here. Set up at net, pushed across. Now Nobert pushes it back. And here's Bloomfield to Morgan. Middle set Nobert. Soft spike. Now punched again by Nobert. Both teams playing a little tap up at the net right now. Good block by Morgan. Now it's up front. Morgan setting for Kiefer. Spike, and she goes into net trying to make that hit. It was so close to tape when she went after it. And now the point to Waverly. It's 18-10. And back to serve is Peyton Metter. Waverly the lead. Clifton-Clyde trying to battle and somehow stay alive. What a dig from Bloomfield. Now Nobert. Soft spike across, actually on a set. Great dig from Henry to keep it alive. Now the pass up front. Here's Kaufman. Far side set for Kiefer. With a left hand, she gets it across. Now the set up the middle. And pushed wide. That's out of bounds. Point Eagles. 18-11. Clifton-Clyde still battling here. Elizabeth Nobert will serve it. Trying to push it to a third set. Good serve across. Set it net, and it's stuffed partially by Clifton-Clyde. Actually a good play up the net by Kaufman, but her stuff got caught on the tape, and it kind of bent, almost rolled over, and instead came back onto their side. Serving for Waverly, Mackenzie Fuller. Dug by Nobert. Up front, the set for Bowser. Good spike on the way, but it's dug out. Now set across to the Eagles. Kiefer to Morgan up front. And Bloomfield keeping it play. No, that's going to be 4 hits now against Clifton-Clyde, and they're going to trail 20-11. Just trying to hang on here anyway. There's a play up front. The dig on the back row goes into the net. Now Clifton-Clyde trails 21-11. But a great performance to win that second match in straight sets. To really come out here and get up on Waverly. Had 33 wins coming into the championships. And then the injury, and you just saw the rhythm kind of go out, some of the steam go out of what Clifton-Clyde was putting together. Now point to the Eagles. They'll trail 21-12, and we'll have the serve. Well, it only takes a little run by the Eagles to kind of get this thing back to manageable. But right now, their backs against the wall, down 21-11. 21-12, I should say. Here's the play up front for Waverly. It's out of bounds. The big hit coming from Romick, but it goes long, and that's 21-13. So within 8. See what the Lady Eagles can come up with. The serve across. Back set for Henry, and it goes into net. And now it's 21-14. The Eagles within 7. Michaela Kiefer keeps the serve. And a scratch and claw here. The Lady Eagles Clifton-Clyde. Serve again from Kiefer. Passed up front. Now it's a set and almost blocked across. Now the punch by Bowser, just out of bounds. Good idea. She and Kaufman went up and blocked it, and then Bowser punched it to the sideline, but just a little too far wide right. 22-14 now. The serve is Henry for Waverly. Here's Kiefer. Pass up front, goes across tape. Metter, middle set now. Stuffed back by Bowser. Now stuffed by Kaufman. Now hit again by Kaufman. And Waverly trying to stay alive, and they will not be able to. Kaufman gets the kill up front. And she'll step back to serve it, 22-14. Clifton-Clyde down by 8. Needing this set to force a third set and a chance to still stay alive for tomorrow. And an ace from Kaufman. Emily Kaufman blisters one right down the middle and gets the ace. And they're back within 7 again, 22-15. And now rotation in for Waverly. They bring Bethany Fairchild in for the first time. Pass up near the net and point to Clifton-Clyde. They're back within 6, 22-16. And one more time, Waverly wants a timeout. Clifton-Clyde battling shorthanded here at the state championships when we come back.
I was straightening shelves in central office when in marched
G.I. Joe reporting for duty, sir.
Excuse me?
I'm here to represent your cleaning and break room products, sir.
Oh, you mean our high-quality, genuine Joe products. Paper towels, trash bags, mops, plates, cups, and more, all at great savings.
It's not G.I. Joe products?
I'm afraid not.
My mistake, sir. Have a good day, sir.
For all your break room and cleaning supplies, come see us at Central Office in Clay Center.
22-17. Clifton-Clyde is back within 5, trying to crawl back in this thing and force a third set. Here's a set across to Nobert. Morgan, set for Bloomfield, winds it up and puts it home. Clifton-Clyde back within 4, 22-18. Big hit by the senior Bloomfield. And now Waverly will again rotate in. They rotated. They called a timeout. Now another rotation. But Clifton-Clyde has climbed from 9 points down to back within 4. It's 22-18. Here's the serve from Kaufman. Barely gets across. Now Waverly scrambling. Henry from the back row. It's Kaufman to Morgan. Middle set, Bowser. Back row spike picked up by Henry. Now up front to the back row, and Kiefer just couldn't quite handle the big spike from Roman. 23-18, but Clifton-Clyde is back in this thing. 2 points away from the match for Waverly. They're only 5 down, Clifton-Clyde, trying to stay alive. Here's the serve across. Rudolph up front. Morgan, the set for Bloomfield, winds it up, puts it across. Good spike, but it's a set across now by the Bulldogs. It's Novert with the back row spike, and now a misplay up front. Point, Clifton-Clyde. They're back again within 4, 23-19. Novert gets the kill. She had the hit on it, and then there was a scramble by Waverly. Eventually it went into net, and it's going to be Bailey Bowser to serve. Across to the back row. Pass up front. The set for Metter. And it goes long. Clifton-Clyde within 3, 23-20. They were almost written off by both sides at one point. This crowd and Waverly kind of had that look like, here we go. And now all of a sudden, Clifton-Clyde has put a little pressure, and quite a bit of pressure on Waverly. Pass up front. Clifton-Clyde. Rudolph gets it across. Good spike. Now it's going to be Metter. Her spike stuffed back across, and now brought back to Clifton-Clyde. Keeper to Morgan. Middle set. Novert, soft spike, climbed the tape for a while, called across. Now a big hit, stuffed back by Novert. Waverly still alive. Here's Metter to the back row. The dig by Bowser, the diving effort from Keeper, and a point to Waverly, and now it is match point as Clifton-Clyde continues to battle with Shaylee Lawson having to look on an injured right ankle. 24-20, the serve. And it's an ace for Waverly, and they're going to win it. And Clifton-Clyde, a tremendous battle to keep themselves in this match, get it within 3 late before eventually falling to Waverly, which will end the Clifton-Clyde season. But what a run through sub-state here to the state championship, and a tremendous effort with one of their leaders on the sideline injured, unable to go, and Clifton-Clyde just kept on battling. They finished with a 25-15, 25-20 loss at the hand of Waverly, who will advance to Saturday along with Gossel, who does have one more match left with Flint Hills, but they had the heads-up ownership of that championship. Great effort by Clifton-Clyde. Stay with us. We'll come back to wrap it up here for this early session of the state championships in Division I. We're back in just a moment.
A big harvest means lower profits, right? Not necessarily for farmers who market their grain through Central Valley Ag.
Really, that's favorable for our break-even.
CVA's ProEdge grain sales manager, Luke Beckman, says knowing your break-even is the key to maximum profit.
What do our margins look like? What does a profitable sale look like?
Maximize your grain profits. Contact your nearest Central Valley Ag. They'll put you in touch with your personal ProEdge risk management consultant.
Central Valley Ag, where the customer comes first.
If your life is busy and fast-paced, the Deli and Bakery Department at Ray's Apple Market was made for you. If you like delicious meals that are ready to take home to your family, then the Deli and Bakery were made for you. And if you like freshness and variety, the Deli and Bakery were especially made for you. They made it all for you, just the way you like it. From their signature Rock House salads to their homemade breads and their fruits and veggies in between. See what they have for you at Ray's Apple Market.
Twin Valley proudly announces our new Pulse Gigabit Internet, available now in Clay Center. Equal to 1,000 megabits per second, our new speeds can support all your devices, all at the same time. Stream movies, download content, surf the web, and more. No buffering and no waiting. So what are you waiting for? New customers who call today get 2 months free internet service. Visit twinvalley.net or give us a call at 800-515-3311. Twin Valley Pulse, your life connected.
Well, the Clifton-Clyde Lady Eagles made one heck of a run here in this state championship, losing their first one to Gossel, who was dominant against Waverly as well, and then winning over Flint Hills in straight sets as Waverly did. And then you've got a matchup to play for a trip to Saturday in the Final Four, and it was back and forth. Clifton-Clyde jumped out early in the first set, then Waverly made a run. Then it was 2-3 points difference between the two as they battled midway through that first set when Shaylee Lawson went down with an injury. And you can't pin it on one player that makes all the difference in the world, but it changed the atmosphere of the game for Clifton-Clyde more than anything else. Michaela Kiefer came in and played great for Clifton-Clyde, and they changed up as who would be setting. Bethany Morgan, Emily Kaufman got kind of in the mix more up front, trying to set, which took Morgan away from the hits that she'd been so successful with earlier in the match. But when that happened, it just kind of changed the emotion, the atmosphere for Clifton-Clyde. But boy, give them credit. After falling 15-25 in that first set, to be behind by 11 in the second, and then get it within 3 at 23-20 before eventually Waverly would finish it off in a 25-20 second set. They can certainly be proud of the way they represented the Eagles and the TVL here in the state championships in Division I volleyball at Gross Memorial Coliseum. Great effort. Would have loved to have seen them get a chance to play tomorrow in the Final Four, and they were certainly in a battle for that against Waverly even after the injury took place. Tremendous effort. 4 seniors on this team that'll see their careers finish up. Olivia Nobert, Kaylee Bloomfield, who had a huge day today. Also Elizabeth Nobert and Bethany Morgan. You heard us talk about them throughout the entire matches up at the net. They were such a huge part. Nobert, before this state championship, had 181 kills and 95 blocks. Morgan had 90 kills on the season to lead the way for Clifton-Clyde. But that'll end their year with the loss here against Waverly. They finished the state championships at 1-2, their second straight state championship run. Now, what's to come on KCLY? We'll be back again at 4:30, our next match. That's when Axtell will take the court in Division II state volleyball. Axtell's going to square off against Wheatland Grinnell at 4:30. They'll turn around and play Beloit St. John's Tipton at 5:30. Their final match of the night will be at 7:30, and along with Play Center Tiger football on the air, we'll have a dual broadcast. I'll be here. Flip will be at the Play Center Concordia matchup in football. We'll bring you both of those live as we'll go back and forth from each location. That is at 7:30 for Axtell. So more state volleyball on the way. The Axtell Eagles later on, 4:30, will be their first serve. That'll wrap it up for now from the state championships. You get a great effort for Clifton-Clyde to put a real pressure on Waverly late before losing that second set 20-25. Take you back to the studios. This is Rocky Downing telling you we'll join you again with more state championship volleyball at 4:30.